I am Ella McLeod and I'm here from UN Youth Impact. So first I'll say a couple of words about UN Youth Impact and why we're here. So UN Youth Impact is a project and an organization that was launched in 2019 under the chair of UN Studies, which is a shared position between Leiden and the Hague University of Applied Sciences. Now, it was founded by students, youth leaders and activists from all over The Hague. And we've been working on themes of implementations of the Sustainable Development Goals here in The Hague, both locally and globally. And we're operating under the umbrella theme of SDG 16 of peace, justice, and strong institutions. So we've been hosting events and workshops working on the UN Youth 2030 agenda. And we are looking at how we can involve youth in change making, both locally and globally. In 2019, I attended an event hosted by Justice and Peace and Karski Beyond, where we brainstormed ideas for a peace mural to be painted at the Hague University of Applied Sciences. Some of you might have already seen it. It's very large and on the side of the building. And now in 2020, we saw this mural come to life. It's a greatly inspiring mural at the Hague University of Applied Sciences featuring 3 human rights defenders. I spoke to Sebastian van der Swan, Director of Justice and Peace, and to the artist, and we talked about how incredible it would be to see more of these peace murals all over The Hague. So now I would like to invite, Sebastian van der Swan to the stage to ask you a question about the first mural that was painted here in The Hague. Yeah. So, how did you get the idea for the peace mural, and why did you choose Karski Beyond as the artist for this project?
First of all, I think that the mural, or a mural, is a really good way of inspiring people in this city. We speak about the city of peace and justice, and we say that we have a lot of institutions in this city, but inspiring all people around us of different generations is something that is maybe harder, and for people to find out what peace and justice means and to give them an idea what that entails and how we could change our world, but also from this city, is something that I think can be done easier with a mural like this, and especially with such inspiring people on these 2 murals at the Haagse School, but also here at the museum. And working with Karski Beyond, they are incredible artists that maybe are not as well known in the Netherlands as they should be, but they make incredible art and they inspire different generations, not only my generation but also new generations. That's why it's so important that these artists are involved to make it.
So after I attended this event and saw this mural come to life, I decided to pitch the idea to UN Youth Impact that we should also make one of these murals, and we should get involved and lobby for a mural in The Hague to be painted by these amazing artists about the Sustainable Development Goals, which is what we were working on with the organization. And we decided that, of course, we would also like to have Karski Beyond as the artist, as they're experts on social justice murals, and as you will see later, really great artists as well. So since then, we've worked with several partners to bring this project to life. So with UN Youth Impact, we wanted this mural to be a creative extension of the UN 75 global conversation, and to facilitate a discussion about the future that we want as youth here in The Hague and globally. So we launched a survey. We wanted to hear from the students and the young people here in The Hague what they want to see on the mural and what inspires them. So we wanted it to serve as a reminder also of the importance of youth involvement in global issues, as well as a firm statement of The Hague and as a city, a UN city, and its commitment to the defense of human rights, international law, and the rule of law. Young people like you and me are on the street speaking up for our future. Every day, we are working on building a sustainable future by highlighting the issues that are important to us. Let's add to this movement together by creating the peace mural in The Hague as a colorful statement on what we want our future leaders to work on. What would you like to see on the peace mural? Help us by answering our questions in the comments, follow the link in our bio, or send us a message. We are UN Youth Impact, and we want to hear your ideas. And now I would like to invite Peter to the stage, the director of the Museon-Omniversum, and ask some questions about the process of this mural. Why did Museon-Omniversum decide to have the mural painted on their building?
But I'd like to say we are very glad to participate because with the mural we can, in short, we can show outside what we do inside. Museon-Omniversum is all about the planet, the earth, sustainable development, in our films, in our exhibitions, workshops, lessons. So this mural is a fantastic call to action and a very beautiful source of inspiration for us. So we were very happy to contribute.
So the Museon-Omniversum created the One Planet exhibition about the Sustainable Development Goals. What is the exhibition about?
Well, you answered your question yourself. It is about the 17 goals. I can explain it by inspire, learning, doing. Here in the One Planet Dome, we call it now, we have very inspiring films about culture, nature, about the planet, about hemisphere, etc. In our One Planet Expo, the exposition on the first floor, we visited this afternoon with the students. It's really about 17 goals. Asking questions about them, debating about them, so learning. And on our ground floor, we have a new exhibition, One Planet Now, and it's about creative solutions for the future. So, inspiring, learning, doing is in fact a call to action to our public, to raise awareness, but also to settle emotion. And therefore, the mural is a very beautiful extension to that.
Thank you so much. I'm sure that the students also like it. The world-class students were just able to also visit for free the exhibition, so thank you so much for that. And could you please explain to us why are the SDGs so important?
It's 5 to 12, or perhaps it is 1 after 12, so we have to do something for a more sustainable world. And we are a public institution, an institution for public. We are attracting a couple of 100,000 visitors each year, and we do find it very important that they come to us for fun, in fact, but also for learning. We want to be as a public attraction, but a very serious one. We're quite convinced that serious questions and fun can cooperate with us in Museon-Omniversum.
So, the great artist behind this project, together with Karski, how does it feel?
Big. It feels great.
I'm glad to hear. So, could you please explain to us, what do we see on this mural?
Hi, welcome everyone. I'm changemakers, or Beyond of Karski Beyond and Mural Kings. And yeah, you're looking at our latest mural. What do we see? On top, you see Satta Sheriff from Liberia. I chose her because she was a human rights defender already at the age of 9, coming up for the rights of women, and I thought it was really inspirational. You see some colors in her face. We usually mix abstract and realistic stuff and merge that together, and it make her look like a warrior. I kind of like it, and it also looks like a cloak on the side of her, which makes her just a superhero. On the bottom you might recognize him, Boyan Slat from Delft. He's responsible for the ocean cleanup, but not only the ocean, because I follow him now and he's cleaning up every river, and he's doing stuff that everybody said was impossible. So super inspirational. And yeah, they both have addressed a different sustainable development goal. And what do we see more? Yeah, you see the plastic soup going through the mind of Boyan Slat. That's what's on his mind. And beside that you see big roots, of course one of the most important things in nature, and the roots also attached to Satta Sheriff, which makes her the foundation of a family as a woman. And besides that, yeah, you see a lot of stuff. I know what I meant, but I also like it if you if you let your mind go and think of what you might see or what it might mean, if I explain everything, then there's no point in art, right?
How did you use the input from the youth in this design?
Right, well, the input was really broad. Some people addressed certain people that made a change. Some were just phrases of things they thought was important. And also after the Wall for Justice and Peace, I really liked it to portray people that nobody knew. So you're gonna dive into it and want to find out what it's about, and you learn a whole complete new story. So that's why I chose young change makers that people might not know. But I was surprised that a lot of people pass by here because he's really busy with bikes, and everybody thought, hey, that's Boyan Slat, so that's really cool, everybody knows him. So yeah, I chose young change makers, and a lot of stuff was addressed that they addressed too. So yeah, we just wanted to do, or also the question was to choose some portraits. So I was looking for young change makers.
What is the role of art, and specifically your mural, in the sphere of justice and peace?
Well, the first time I visited the exhibition of Justice and Peace, I went there because the backdrop of a photo of a human rights activist was a mural of us. And I talked to someone of Justice and Peace. I said we should do something together, because if we can make a big mural and address what you are saying and put our heads together, it would be really powerful. And yeah, after that mural, and also because of this one, I hope a lot of people will notice it more and will find out more about all these SDGs, which are so important.
You were in the video. Could you tell us, what did your poster say in this video?
My poster says peace in Spanish, paz. It's like, because I think it's very important to have peace in this world. I had children rights, because it's important that children can go to school and have clothes and food. So, yeah.
Thank you.
I had the topic happiness, and I think it's very important because I think it's nice also for the world also very happy. My poster have plastic, because there's a lot of plastic in the world that destroys the world.
Thank you. And now we'll be asking our university student, what do you like about the mural, and is there a specific part that resonates to you?
Well, what's not to like? I mean, it's beautiful, first of all. I really appreciate the use of color for each person. So you have the blue and then you have the red. I also really like the ladybug. It's a little bit on the side. But I looked it up because I was curious, why is there a ladybug? And I found that it could mean like evolution, you know, and I think it's beautiful for here, because, you know, onto the future and create a better world for everybody. What resonates most with me is the blue and the plastic. I myself am from Aruba, so I have ocean around me 24/7, and a lot of waste is washed onto our shores. So I think the initiative is also beautiful to, you know, clean up our oceans to make that a better future for not only us, but for the rest of the planet as well. So that's my 2 cents.
I would like to ask you both, first of all, what do you think about the mural and its message?
Well, first of all, a compliment to you and the people from UN Youth Impact for this idea, and I think it's very strong because it shows something. That it's just what you already said. People are thinking on this, youth are thinking on this, and we can all see that there are people who thought about this, and that is something that lives in our city. So it's a strong image with these 2 persons, and
yeah, I love it because of the vibrant colors. Your view is directly drawn to it, and then you start thinking, what am I actually looking at? Who are those people? And perhaps Boyan is most well known, But luckily there's some explanation about everyone in this picture. And then it is the, if you read it and you get inspired by it, and that's what art, especially in public places, should do.
Why did the municipality decide to support this mural?
Well, that's because, first of all, culture in public places is something which makes a city better, and especially on a place like this and with a message like this. You want to inspire the people in the city. You want to make sure that art is for everyone, for young people who wants to be inspired, but also for the slightly older people who wants to be inspired as well. And we should give room to everyone to make their dreams come true, to get inspired by this image, to see I can do that as well. What are they doing? What can I do for a better world?
This mural is about the SDGs. What does the municipality do to support the Sustainable Development Goals?
Well, the SDGs is very important, are very important for everyone, and of course also for the city of The Hague, city of peace and justice, especially of course the SDG number 16, peace and justice and good institutions. But climate and energy transition are also very important, and human rights. And these are the two, human rights fighter and climate and energy are very important. But all SDGs are important. And what I think that we should do most, not only talk about how important the SDGs are, but really work on them. And some of them we work very much on, and other we not enough, maybe. And it's not only for our city, but it's for everyone. If we really want to have a better world, or to obtain these goals in 2030, we have to do a lot of work, all of us.
What can we do to involve youth in raising their voice through cultural activities such as this mural?
First of all, I think not to think what we should do, but ask them what they want. And how do they want their voices to be heard? Via cultural events. And I think culture is a great way of expressing yourself or making yourself heard. So we have to ask them and make sure that we have enough room and space to get their voices heard. So I think that should be the way.
How can we involve youth in The Hague's ecosystem of justice and peace?
We do that already. We have some different kind of meetings with universities, with schools, all about the peace and justice and the SDGs. And we're very proud to have that. But education at all schools is very important. And we see one of the goals, and we're working on this at the moment, too, that how can we connect the big peace and justice organizations in our city more to the daily life of young people and also other people, also older people in our city. That is important, so we have to do that all together. But as a city, we promote, we support, sometimes we give some finance for, well, things like this, and your organization.
The Hague is the city of peace and justice, but why is there going so much attention to the war in Ukraine, but less attention to maybe the Uyghurs in China or the war in Afghanistan?
Well, it's a very important question you asked us. There are a lot of people under this war all over the world, and human rights are not everywhere taken in account. And the city of The Hague, municipality, but also all these organizations in The Hague pay a lot of attention to human rights and refugees all over the world. Every refugee is welcome in our city. At the moment we have rather nearby this very big war in Ukraine, and it's also the national and European politics to welcome them and to take care of them. And that will not say that we don't take care of other refugees, but there are some discussions around that which go much further than the municipality of The Hague. But it is a very important question you're posing now.
So I'm wondering, what do you think we should do to involve more companies in
social activities, cultural activities to drive change in a positive way?
That's a good question. If I speak to big companies in The Hague, like Siemens or T-Mobile, they want to participate in the municipality and in the activities here. Sometimes it's difficult because if you have a big company like Shell, what kind of role do you want to give them into cultural or educational activities? That's the debate which we're having. And I think we should have that debate more because a municipality cannot do it by itself. If there are not enough funds, and we have the private sector to help us out, we should discuss under which conditions they can help and which they can contribute and which they want to learn from everybody in the city what they can do better for the city and perhaps for a better world.
If I can add a bit, I see that more and more companies are realizing that they should not only think about profit in money, but also profit for society and for people and for climate more and more. If it's enough, maybe not, but the discussion, I see a change in this. And at the moment we are some topics here in the way like new energy, and I see that a lot of organizations and a lot of companies and university are working together to see how they can all together help find new ways of heating, warmth, of energy, more than gas